Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Drain the Happiness. Or if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I would love for you to like, comment, subscribe, and be sure to hit that notification bell. Be sure to hit that notification bell. I say that so fast. That way, you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. So I'm gonna go ahead and get right to it. So apparently, I've been seeing online where, someone it says a group of women have came up with this list of places to not take a woman out on a date. It says here is a list of places women hold on y'all. Here is a list of places women absolutely refuse to go on a first date. And thank you to the ladies who reached out to me to help me on my list. I don't know if a group of women actually put this out or not, because it turns out the Cheesecake Factory thing was a skit. It's been proven that it was the actual skit. And so I don't know if this is another fake thing too, or if this is actually real. But I've seen a few videos of other YouTubers giving their opinion, mainly women. Well, the videos that I've watched are women giving their opinion on about this list, whether which things did they agree with this list, and which places they agree, and which places that they don't agree. And I'm just here to give my honest opinion about this list. I know I'm going to make a part 2 to this because this is a long list. They have 28 things listed here, and because I do want to give I'm going to at least explain a little bit the things that I agree with, and the things that I don't agree with on the list. So yeah, let me go ahead and get into it. So, and like this list has pretty much gone viral now, and I think this all happened because of the whole Cheesecake Factory thing. Because ever since that little skit came out and went viral, now all of a sudden people are making lists now. I've seen other lists of I apparently a group of men made lists of women that they should absolutely not date and things like that. But anyway, so let's hop into it. Oh, and I just want to say this is just my opinion, okay? And also, I'm going to be speaking on adults. Like I want to say 24 or up. So like if you're a woman that's 24 or older, that's what I'm going by, if that makes sense. And what else? And it said first date, right? Yeah. And remember, this first date. This is a list of about first dates, okay? So anyway, let's go. So it has Cheesecake Factory. I don't see anything wrong with a man taking a woman to Cheesecake Factory on the first date. Like I said, I've never actually sit down inside Cheesecake Factory. I think one time a few years ago I was working in Charlotte and I had it DoorDash to me. But from the videos I've watched, videos of people going to Cheesecake Factory. It seems like a decent place. So I don't see anything wrong with taking a woman to Cheesecake Factory first. I mean to Cheesecake Factory for the first date. And y'all should notice if you've seen my video about this, my opinion about when the woman fake refused to date the Cheesecake Factory. I don't see nothing wrong with it. So number 2, they have Applebee's. So here's my thing. I don't think I would mind Applebee's on the first date, but with Applebee's, I feel like if you want to take me to Applebee's, I do feel like we should do something else. Yeah. Like, can we do Applebee's and then, I don't know, something else too to go with it. Applebee's, let's see, the vibe I get from Applebee's is, I don't know how to explain it, to be honest with y'all. It's hard for me to put it into words. But I feel like if you're going to take me to Applebee's on the first date, we afterwards, like, we should go bowling, or we should, or do some type of activity. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to do this fast. Number 3, Chili's. Now, if you are a subscriber of mine and you've been watching me, you know I love me some Chili's. Oh, that's like one of my go-to places. That is my go-to place. I love some Chili's. But just like Applebee's, I would love to go to Chili's. I wouldn't mind going on Chili's for a first date. But I would say if you're gonna take me to Chili's, we should do something else too. Like I said, like whether it's going bowling, going to the movies, some type of activity. Let's see. Number 4, they have Chipotle. No, I don't think a man should take take a woman to Chipotle for a first date, because technically Chipotle is not a real sit down restaurant. I feel like if a grown man is wanting to take a grown woman on a date, it should at least be for the first date. It should be a sit down restaurant where you have a waitress or a waiter serving you, somebody taking you to your seat, a real restaurant. Chili's is just kind of like, Subway. You go in there, people go to Chili's on their lunch break and stuff like that. But it's not a first. I don't think Chili's will fly with me for not a first date. Maybe, second, third, but as first date, no. We gotta do a little bit better than Chili's. Olive Garden. I don't see nothing wrong with Olive Garden for a first date. Let's see. The movies. The thing about the movies is, if we're gonna do movies, we need to do something else. Like, we need to do dinner and a movie. Like dinner at a real restaurant, a real sit-down restaurant, and then movies. Or go to the movies and then go to dinner. Because at the movies, you're not going to be able to talk to each other. People are quiet at the movies because obviously you don't want to you don't want to disturb the other people at the movies. And plus, people are, you're paying attention to the movie. So if this is a very first date, how are you going to get to know each other at all if all you do is go to the movies and you're going to be staring at the screen the whole time? You're not going to be talking to each other. You might say a word here or there, something, exciting happens in the movie, but that's it. You're not going to get to know each other at the movies because your focus is going to be the movie. So if you're going to take me to the movies, like I said, we need to do dinner and a movie, or movie and a dinner. So that way when we're at dinner, we can at least talk to each other and interact with each other a lot more. Okay, so where am I at? Number 7, your house. Absolutely freaking not. I think this explains itself. Ladies, especially my grown women, if you want a serious relationship, if you're looking for a husband or a real relationship, don't you dare go to a man's house on no first date. That's a hell no. I think that's common sense, and also for safety reasons. You don't need to go to nobody's house on a first date. With the world that we live in today, you never know what somebody has up their sleeve. So don't go to no man's house on no first date. Hell no. And I feel like for a grown man to even I feel like if a man even suggested me to go to his house for a very first date, I would probably block him, because you're just trying to get my body. I feel like you're just trying to hook up, like, because that would be a turnoff to me. If a man's like, oh yeah, our first date, you gonna come to my house. And I know some guys will probably try to play it off, be like, well, for our first date, I'm a really good cook, so I want to cook for you at my place. So they'll try to, make it sound good. Y'all, I hope ain't no grown woman falling for that in 2023. Do not go to no man's house for no first date, because you know what he wants. And plus, for your safety as well. And even for men, like my men, men, don't invite no woman that you don't know for real to your house for the first date. You don't know, she might be crazy too. So I think that's common sense. Let's see. Number 8, we have any fast food chain. No. Yeah, I wouldn't go to any. I'm not going to McDonald's or Burger King, Taco Bell for our first date. I wouldn't accept that. Not as no grown woman. I feel like if you can't do no better than that, there's no need for us to waste each other's time. Do no fast food for the first date. If we're in an established relationship, one day we out or whatever, and like, oh, babe, let's go to Burger King real quick. Of course, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But for the first date, I'm not going to a fast food restaurant. I feel like that is for teenagers. That's for teenagers. Like if you're between the ages of maybe 15, 16, and I'll give you even 20. Because when you're in your early 20s, a lot of people don't have money like that. When you're in your early 20s, you still finding your way in life. Now, a lot of people in their early 20s still have jobs and stuff. You might live with your parents, but that's for teenagers. Like, a little 16-year-old boy want to take his crush to McDonald's after school type stuff. But that's not for no grown people. No. Let's see. Buffalo Wild Wings. I would not go to Buffalo Wild Wings for a first date. That's not a real restaurant. Not a real sit-down restaurant. I think in Buffalo Wild Wings, I've eaten there before. Well, actually, technically, okay, they do bring the food to you. Yeah, actually, they do bring the food to you. But to me, it just gives off low effort. You know what I'm saying? For a first date. But like I said before, if I'm in a relationship, or maybe like, the second or third date, I would go to Buffalo Wild Wings with you. But for the first date, I wouldn't. Wingstop, that's pretty much the same thing. I think is no, actually it's not, because I don't think they bring the food to you at Wingstop. Because I think I've been to Wingstop 2 times in my life, and I don't think they even bring the food to you. They call your order out. No, it just don't. I wouldn't like that for a first date. Wingstop. Red Lobster. I don't see anything wrong with going to Red Lobster for your first date, but I don't really like Red Lobster like that. I don't really eat crab legs. I know that's probably a big surprise. I just don't really mess with Red Lobster like that. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it for a first date. Oh, what's wrong with me dropping my phone? But I just personally don't care for Red Lobster like that. But I don't think it's nothing wrong with it for a first date. A buffet? No, I wouldn't want to do a buffet for a first date. I think that'd be kind of weird for a very first date. Y'all gotta keep getting up and I just wouldn't want to do a buffet for my first date. IHOP. I like IHOP, but I don't. IHOP. I don't think I would want to do IHOP for a first date either. Denny's gives off like low, what am I trying to say? Low effort is when I think of Denny's for a first date. Low effort is the energy that I'm getting. I wouldn't want to go to Denny's for a first date. The gym, definitely not. Why would I want to go to the gym with you for a first date? That'd be kind of weird to me. That's something that we could do once we're comfortable with each other. Once we done hung out a few times, then I will go to the gym with you. Maybe for even our second or third time hanging out, we can go to the gym. But for the first date, I will not go to the gym for a first date. Let's see, where am I at? Church. No. We're not going to church for a first date. First of all, it's just like, there's nothing wrong with church, obviously, praise the Lord. But I'm not going to church for a first date because we're going to be focused on the pastor, and there's going to be a bunch of people around us, and it's just, church is a family place. You know what I'm saying? I feel like church is a family type of place. And this is our very first time hanging out, our very first time, our very first date. I would feel strange being with a man at church. How are we going to get to know each other? We're not even really going to be able to talk to each other, because you don't talk when the pastor is talking. You're both going to be, your eyes is going to be focused on the pastor. Some churches are very loud, especially if you have like a big choir and stuff. There's going to be a bunch of singing. There might be some praise dancing. How in the world are y'all going to get to know each other at church for a first date? Now, I feel like if I was in a committed relationship, then yes, I would go to church with my man. There's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like I would really want to be in a serious relationship to go to church with a man, or at least a somewhat established relationship to go to church, with you. All right, let's see. Starbucks. No, I wouldn't do Starbucks for a first date. No, it gives off low effort. You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't even took me to Applebee's with Starbucks, and I don't know. I wouldn't do Starbucks for a first date. Yeah. And then, like, once we drink the coffee, then what? Like, there's no real food at Starbucks. No. Okay. A coffee date, that's the same thing as Starbucks. I think some of the best dates are when you go to some kind of restaurant, and then, like, you have some kind of activity planned, whether it's like going to Dave & Buster's. That's an arcade, if y'all don't know. And I love going to the arcade and just playing the games, or one of those classes, what is it called? A paint and sip class. Even if you don't drink, basically it's a class where they have music playing, and there's an instructor, an artist, I guess, and they're teaching you how to draw and paint a painting. And while you sip some wine, I don't know if they have other kind of alcohol, but yeah, that's why they call it paint and sip. Doing something like that, or bowling, going to dinner and then going bowling, or bowling then going to dinner, or like I said, dinner and a movie, stuff like that. I feel like those kind of dates would really be fun when the two of y'all have something to do. Even going what do you call those things? Go-karts, or the Top Golf stuff where you playing golf or whatever. I feel like those are the best kind of dates to break the ice, because it's giving y'all something to do. So y'all have like a way to interact with each other through an activity. I hope that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? I remember when I went out to eat with a guy, and then we went to Dave & Buster's. We had so much fun, and we was able to interact with each other, playing the games and stuff. For the guy, you can, if there's a game that the girl's not good at playing or whatever, you can help her out, show her how to play basketball, shoot the ball, or what I'm saying, stuff like that. I like to do fun stuff, fun dates. Yeah. So I'm in the video now. Like I said, feel free to comment below your opinions, and yeah, I will see y'all the next time. Bye.